Morning everyone, we're down at Sedges today for the teams of four. For those of you following my videos, you might recall one of the very first ones I made last year, so it's been a year now I've been making these. So thank you all for your support. We made one down here and the team of four we won. So we're back again. Slight change in the team. I've lost Vic and Beaver. Today I've got John Fewage and Dave the Magic Man. And there's me and Alvin again. We must be nuts because the weather forecast coming in, if the Met Office has got it right, it's going to be like 40-mile-an-hour gusts, heavy rain, and I've even offered to sit on the bank that faces Axe. You can place your anglers, because I think you just need to fish a tidy feeder match, and I think in those conditions I don't mind doing that. And there are certain members of the team who prefer to sort of fish wagglers and poles and things, so I'll put them with the wind off their backs. Also, for those of you who've been following the Silvers League, I've fished the third round and we came third in section. I lost the footage for that, so apologies. We had 16 pounds. So I'm just going to go have a nice breakfast now, and then we'll see where the team draw puts us. I hope in the Met Office got it wrong. They do get it wrong sometimes, don't they? But I know it's like a hell of a front coming in, so see you in a bit. Had a bit of a thing this morning. There was an extra team came down at the last minute, so we've had to have a redraw. So I originally was on peg 17 and I've moved all the way to 16, so not a great deal for us. So 17, 16, we've got the mighty Dave Remain on the next peg. Give us a wave, Dave. So yeah, looking forward to it. It looks nice at the moment. Wait till the weather comes in. We've got 15 minutes yet to start, and we've got Tom Thick's 50-50 with some expander. I've wetted it up here, and that's what we're going to start with. Ball about that size with a few more micros in than that, and fish anything over it really. We'll fish our pinkies over it, it's nice disco pinkies. We'll fish our red maggots, they're still coming round. Fish our maggots over it. Then we've got a really nice assortment of expanders. If the expanders go, it could be very nice. And we have got it quite flat, but the weather is meant to come in nasty, but I think it's going to come over my shoulder, which could make it a really nice day. Just fishing at 11 metres to start.
Thanks for joining me, everybody. Sedges, as you've seen, teams of four. Been looking forward to this all week. We fished it last year and won it. The teams changed, half the teams changed, but all the anglers are sensible anglers, so we'll see how we do. It's not about individual glory, this is a team event. All the money is given out for the teams, so nothing individual to win, so no heroics really, just steady Eddie. We're going to fish at 11 metres as you've seen there, and we're just going to try and catch the small resident skimmers, and there's a lot of them here, and I'm hoping that bream are going to come late, like in the last hour sort of thing. which I noticed happened in the Silver League that was down here the other week. We lost the footage of that one, but I had £16 and I basically made what was a simple match quite difficult. I did it wrong really, and then once I sort of realised and twigged and just got my head down on and waded, really just waded on fish that were there. We had a lovely day, and then in the end we had some good fish quite late, but we should have done better that day really. So starting on the feeder, just to let that bait settle for about 20 minutes, and also want to see if those little skimmers are going to go. And first chuck, we've had one. It's sort of 2.5, 3 ounces, but it just tells me enough, doesn't it? Hoping to catch them faster on the pole. 5 or 6 chucks on the feeder. We've had 5 or 6 little skimmers, so it's time to go on the pole and see if they were there. Okay, so handy little start. Caught a few small fish on the feeder, went out on the pole, had a few more little ones, and we had a couple of netters as well, one after the other, which is ideal. We're expecting a few more of those, but I'm expecting the peg to get progressively better, really, and potentially catch some bream in the last hour. There's 7 foot of water at 11 metres. I don't see any point in going any further at all. The other week I was on here on the 3rd round of the Silver League. I've had £16 and did it completely wrong. I made a really simple match really difficult, and I felt this is what I should have done. And in the last hour, or last sort of hour and 45 minutes, I've got another good one now. That's a nice little fish. Yeah, we just overcomplicated it. Time I come back to 11 metres and sort of just stuck with it and got things right, we sort of caught quite a few fish, and up until that point I hadn't caught a lot the whole match really. I just sort of tried to chase things that weren't there really, trying to catch bream before bream were prepared to feed or bream were present. The massive Sedges landing nets again, but yeah, it's the same for everybody. So yeah, we're just wading, aren't we, really? Everything and anything that's there, just catch it. Keep putting in the net. I'm trying not to deter from the game plan, but I can't help but notice what happened in the first hour as Alex on my left, fishing a waggler, spraying maggots, has caught some lovely fish at the start, some really big dog roach and some bream. And already I feel like, uh, I think he's quite a way ahead. Um, Again, it's just one of those, isn't it? It's a team match. You just got to keep your own head down, keep going. Um, it's too late to go dragging a waggler out of me. He's catching a few carp in between, mind. But I'm not going to go and set a waggler up now during the match. It's, like I say, it's a team match, so we'll just keep our head down, try and stick to the game plan. But it's lovely fishing, isn't it? I love it. Loads of bites. Nice light kit, so I'm not bumping any of those little fish either. That's a 3 elastic striking through a 0.4 pencil float. So yeah, schoolboy error there. I fed a bigger ball. I don't know. I was feeding little thumbnails of ground bait and trying to work out the best way. And it's sort of a little thumbnail ground bait. And I felt like I was catching 3, 4 little skimmers and then having to put another little ball in it. It was all going really well. And then I've let that get into my head that Alex has caught better fish on me left. And Dave has caught a few more, not bream, but like those decent skimmers we were catching, sort of 12 ounces to a pound. He's catching more of those than I am as well. And I just felt like, oh, maybe I should be feeding more. And I've messed it up really. I've gone and fed more, and it's not been right. I've slowed the peg right down, and I just think that Alex's waggler fishing has kept more of the quality fish further out. They're more comfortable further out, and he's left them further out because he's come in on his pole line and have a go and he can't catch nothing, which tells me feeding past his pole line on that waggler has stopped his fish coming in. But me being so close to him, it slowed those quality fish up for me as well. So now I've realised that it's just keep your head down and go back to the sort of set game plan. But I'm just regretting putting in that feed because now the rain's got heavier, it has slowed everybody up a little bit, including Alex on the waggler mine. So yeah, just shouldn't have come away from that game plan really. Should have believed a little bit more in it. Still cracking fishing, and we're doing okay, putting plenty of fish in the net. And I can see John down on the end peg to my left. There's an empty peg there next to him as well, and I think he's been catching okay. It's going to be quite tight between me and him. for second in the section. I think Alex has probably took the section, but we'll see in a bit in the weigh-in. But I'll be kicking myself if I'm not second because I've messed. It's down to me really with that feeding.